Hello, this is El Spectra. Welcome back to another Battle of Disorder video. Here we are facing an oncoming BHT attack on our altar that we took earlier this morning. And the attack will start in 6 minutes. So unexpectedly, while I was looking away, I unfortunately got teleported away. But I do have a secret plan, which I will reveal in a moment. But in essence, although we currently control the altar, we actually cannot garrison the altar until we have a tile touching it, meaning that we need a tile, at least one tile adjacent to the altar if we want to garrison it. Although on the bright side, we can occupy any adjacent tile from the altar because we do control the altar. So this will work like any other altar in BOD, like these altars. The moment you control them, you can build on any tile surrounding them. So my secret plan here is they probably do not know that I am currently active. My HQ is here, all the way on the border of the map. If I zoom out here. So I'm very far away. And if I were to march from here all the way to the altar, it will take about 30 minutes. And I basically have two options in this scenario. One of which is to TP here on the tiles that I do have, or here. And I did consider that, but the disadvantage of it is, well, first of all, I will be really far away from the altar. So if I were to launch a march, they could easily try to break our connection. And that would be really annoying. The best way to secure a connection is to have your HQ right next to it, like these two people have. Because they need to burn through the HQ before they can actually remove that connection, as opposed to just spending 5 minutes deleting a tile. So what my strategy here is, I have renamed myself. I renamed myself to Ion, I should say, because I used a capital I. And my marches are heading towards this player here. So I don't want to move too close to them. I want to discreetly move my marches to this player, Avalon. He has an L in his name. And I want to pretend that my marches are his marches so that they don't pay attention to them when I start taking these adjacent tiles. Because the moment I capture any of these tiles, it's GG. They cannot kick me out anymore. So the altar will, so they will start attacking the altar in about 3 minutes. I think Manstein will spend a couple additional marches towards the altar. So this guy is probably fairly low on hero stamina by now. So the moment I TP near here, it's going to be over, because Manstein, I think, made a blunder here by TPing his HQ from this tile, where he was very close to the altar, to this tile. It is a fair move if I was actually AFK for the rest of the day, because he will be able to control all of this region and have his ally marches safely secure tiles around him. And so he will safely secure a location to touch the Disorder Shrine while also capturing this, because they have enough firepower to prevent us from reaching this gate. So I'll be capturing a few tiles here, and hopefully the moment I capture a tile, the connection will be able to establish itself. If the connection somehow does not establish itself, then I will move to secure these two tiles in rapid succession. And that will definitely allow the connection to be established. But I do expect the moment I capture any adjacent tile that the connection will automatically be established. So these marches are going to take a bit of time. I did start a bit late. Ideally, these marches would already be close to arriving to this HQ so that I can march towards this altar at any time I want. But of course, it's not the end of the world. So because it's still going to take them probably 5, maybe 15 minutes to actually break through the perimeter defenses, especially if Manstein does not join the fray. So yeah, I think this is quite exciting. If this works out, I'm gonna be very happy because it will help us secure this location once again, and hopefully give BHD enough depression that they will not continue to push towards us. So not only will that be the case, but Manstein here is putting himself in a fairly vulnerable position because he is far away from his reinforcements. In order for this to work, I think what they're planning to do is they first plan to take this altar. Like in their minds, the moment he teleported, they were already confident that they were going to take this altar. So after taking this altar, all these people, they will teleport here. And after teleporting to this position, we will have a really hard time pushing them back, meaning that they will have a secure path directly to the Shrine of Disorder, and they plan to have a really big battle here with us in the Shrine of Disorder. And Manstein here, he looks to be training a lot of troops. If you saw in my last video, he was at 315 million. And over the past half an hour, his power has been rising from 315 million to 340, well, to 330, and then 335, and then just now 340. We will check back on his power in a few minutes. But if he keeps training these troops, maybe he thinks that, well, his original disadvantage was from the lack of troops. But if he can afford to train them back, then he no longer has that disadvantage. But of course, they are betting on being able to take this shrine, which I will make my goal to prevent them from doing so. So all these castles are in close proximity, meaning that they can break down the defenses with their strong marches. A problem with castles that are rallying from far away, you can see this castle, is that they typically include much weaker marches, and those marches actually don't accomplish much because they are so weak that they barely affect the defense that's in the altar. So as my units start to march closer to Avalon, I will tell my clanmates to start pressuring this area as kind of a distraction so that they cannot recognize who I am. Because if they attack into my units enough, if they keep marching to my units and they keep losing, then it will become fairly obvious that it's me. And I don't really want to be losing any of these 3 marches, because if I lose all 3 marches, then suddenly the only remaining option is to teleport myself to this tile. And although I think it's still fine because I can send marchers from that tile to here, it will be very far from ideal. I don't really want to end up in that kind of situation. So now what we want to do is we want to start the distraction. So I want my my forces to start taking tiles near the altar, so that when my troops actually get here, they won't be overly suspicious of who it is. But one thing I'm a little bit concerned of is that my entire alliance seems to be asleep, and that is really not good. So I think the best approach here will be to take. I think I will take this tile. And this tile. And one more. And maybe this tile. Wow, they are really coming in now with a lot of marches, so I gotta hurry up. Like somehow they just have so much activity as opposed to us. We're like what are we doing? Like I feel like only a few of us have actually done any sort of fighting over the past entire day, pretty much. Let me lower the combat volume just a little bit. Okay, here we go. So as long as a majority of their army is stuck inside here, I'll have a good chance of taking at least one of these tiles. And I'll give them a big surprise if it works out. The only thing I'm really afraid of now is if Manstein attacks my units that are capturing these tiles, or some of them just start spamming marches towards my marches. Because even my marches are all quite strong, a weaker player will be able to shave me down quite rapidly. So my hope is that a majority of them are stuck in here and are too lazy or too overconfident to bring their marches out and attack me. So, which is kind of why I want multiple layers of distractions here. As long as my alliance can sufficiently distract them, I think my plan will work out. If there's too little distraction, then they can try to prod at my marches and I'll be in a bit of trouble. Ooh, if I click cancel there, I would have been very sad. So now the question is whether I want to move my Michael to this guy. I think I do. Even though it will burn some of my precious energy, I think it's worth it. Like, I don't need my strongest marches if I'm literally sitting right next to the altar. Let's do it. And as you probably noticed, I also switched my skin out to the default skin. Although I wish all the skins I think look kind of fancy. I kind of wish there was this like average looking free to play skin that I could use, because although this has no skin, it does show that I'm running pretty badass teams. I'm running Windstrider, I'm running Odin, and I'm running Moonbane. So they might get a little suspicious. So yeah. Once again, I'm really hoping my alliance is going to distract them enough that they won't get suspicious enough to poke at my marches. Like they already have over 70 marches attacking this target during a time where we could probably not get like over 30 marches in. In terms of size, their alliance actually has the same number of members as us. So it's really quite surprising how much the level of activity that they can put up as opposed to us, which is I think a little unfortunate. But hey, you gotta use the cards you're dealt with, make the best of them out of them. And this is currently the best solution that I can think of, the best approach. Should I even send in my Michael? Is what I'm wondering. Like this guy, you can see he's getting. Is he getting attacked? He is getting attacked. So I think I should send my Michael in. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm going to send my strongest march to the most inconspicuous location, which is probably here, maybe. So I'm going to occupy. Let's not press move, please. That would be horrible. Here. Occupy. Here. Occupy. Here. All right. Now all we need to do is hope it works out. So from their point of view, this would look like Avalon is sending out 3 marches. And that is really hope. That is really what I hope they see. And once the marchers reach this area, all they will be able to see is Avalon. So once you click on the name, you'll be able to see Galadriel, for example. But I renamed myself to Avalon or Ava Ion. So that's what they'll see. And my hope is that by the time they realize it's me, it will already be too late. And I swear, my game better not crash. I will be very, very sad. So I'm sure, although we can see that Manstein is garrisoning himself, he's still watching the fight. So if I were to teleport in here, then he will be bringing his army. He will be sending his army to this location. And it will be very annoying for all of us because they have so much more activity than us right now. If Manstein is able to effectively reinforce, then I don't think I can deal with 73 plus armies. So my armies are about to arrive. I'm sure some of them will try to attack, but it's not going to work. You can see that some of these people are trying to prod at my armies. So if they were normal marches, they wouldn't be able to do anything. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do anything. I would just get kicked out. So let's hope one of my marches will be able to stay in this location. Like if this guy is committed to losing like 6 or 7 battles, he can kick me out completely. Yeah, he looks committed. Which is not good. I'm feeling a little nervous now. And I'm very disappointed that I'm not getting the reinforcement I need. Like, seriously, they need to reinforce. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Of course, I can't let them track me. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, I'm going to crash. I crashed. Not a big deal. Like, if my entire alliance does not do anything to reinforce me, then this is not good. Like, my alliance needs to defend me. Like, this is our last chance. And I think it was a good idea to send 3 marches. As you can see, 2 of my marches got eliminated. And I actually think this is a success. I don't think they have enough time to kick out this march anymore. So I should start preparing for some brutal booting. Are you guys ready? 1 minute 31. There's not enough time. No matter what you do, it's too late. Let me rename myself. Get fucked. Real quick, just optimizing a bit. Let me remove. Hanzo, equip, Kellerman, not Kellerman, equip, and let's attack again. And come on, give me this. They are so done for. Also, let me check my hospital. I don't want it to fill up. Okay, it's still good. Let's go again. Oh, come on. Windstrider. You can see they're starting to retreat. There's really not much they can do now. I am secured in place. Let me check my hospital again. Okay, it still looks good. Windstrider, go. Man, I need quite a few hits for this. And it appears that my Hall of Valor, I think my Hall of Valor is still doing fine. One more. Only 3 left. Yeah. GG. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this clash. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tactic. I think it worked out quite well, although I had less help from my alliance than I hoped for. And yeah, we should be able to secure this now. And if they want to take this, then they will have to try again. Probably they will have to kick me out again. I will see everyone in the next video. Take care.